Hallo und herzlich willkommen zu meinem ersten Let's Play Video. Mein Name ist Barry und ich spiele das Spiel des Stanley Parable. Ich habe schon viel von dem Spiel gehört. Leider bin ich nie selbst dazu gekommen, um es zu spielen. Ich weiß, dass es irgendwie so ein halber Walking Simulator oder ein ganzer Walking Simulator ist, je nachdem wie man sieht. Nur mit halt so Twists, dass sich Sachen verändern, man dem Sprecher irgendwie nicht Folge leisten muss, der einem eigentlich erzählt, was man machen sollte. Naja, mal schauen, was sich so ergibt. Ich würde sagen, also ich spiele komplett blind. Ich bin ungespoilert, ob man überhaupt davon Spoiler reden kann. Ich weiß es nicht, aber naja, ich fange jetzt an, genug geredet, los geht's. Oder auch nicht. Laden, laden, laden.
This is the story of a man named Stanley. Stanley worked for a company in a big building where he was employee number 427. Employee number 427's job was simple. He sat at his desk in room 427 and he pushed buttons on a keyboard. Orders came to him through a monitor on his desk, telling him what buttons to push, how long to push them, and in what order. This is what employee 427 did every day of every month of every year. And although others might have considered it soul-rending, Stanley relished every moment that the orders came in, as though he had been made exactly for this job. And Stanley was happy. And then one day, something very peculiar happened. Something that would forever change Stanley. Something he would never quite forget. He had been at his desk for nearly an hour when he realized that not one single order had arrived on the monitor for him to follow. No one had showed up to give him instructions, call a meeting, or even say hi. Never in all his years at the company had this happened, this complete isolation. Something was very clearly wrong. Shocked, frozen solid, Stanley found himself unable to move for the longest time. But as he came to his wits and regained his senses, he got up from his desk and stepped out of his office.
Okay, also wir sollen vom Schreibtisch uns entfernen und rausgehen. Ist aber ein alter Schreibtisch. Kann man hier springen? Nee, springen geht nicht. Ah, ich kann mich ducken. Ducken geht. Okay. Oh, Kaffee. Was passiert eigentlich, wenn ich den Raum gar nicht erst verlasse? Kann ich mich wieder hinsetzen?
But Stanley simply couldn't handle the pressure. What if he had to make a decision? What if a crucial outcome fell under his responsibility? He had never been trained for that. No. This couldn't go any way except badly. The thing to do now, Stanley thought to himself, is to wait. Nothing will hurt me. Nothing will break me. In here I can be happy forever. I will be happy. Stanley waited. Hours passed, then days. Had years gone by? He no longer had the ability to tell. But the one thing he knew for sure, beyond any doubt, was that if he waited long enough, the answers would come. Eventually, someday, they would arrive. Soon, very soon now, this will end. He will be spoken to. He will be told what to do. Now it's just a little bit closer. Now it's even closer. Here it comes.
Hoch. Das. Okay. War das eins der Endings? Okay, ich bin jetzt komplett überrascht und überfordert. Okay. Nein, geht nicht auf. Geht nicht auf.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
Der eine
Computer war jetzt aber an. So muss jemand vorher da gewesen sein. Hübsches Bild. Da geht's dann scheinbar zum Meeting Room. Noch ein PC. Ausgemacht.
Stanley went around touching every little thing in the office, but it didn't make a single difference, nor did it advance the story in any way.
So ein Arsch, ey. Awaiting input. Input received. Oops.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Links. Dann nehmen wir rechts.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
Ich will da eigentlich rein. Mein Gott, gibt es hier viele Büros. Kannst aber das... Oh.
Ah, yes, truly a room worth admiring. It had really been worth the detour after all, just to spend a few moments here in this immaculate, beautifully constructed room. Stanley simply stood here, drinking it all in.
Ich will was zu trinken, hallo?
Yes, really, really worth it being here in the room. A room so utterly captivating that even though all your co-workers have mysteriously vanished, here you sit looking at these chairs and some paintings. Really worth it. At this point, Stanley's obsession with this room bordered on creepy and reflected poorly on his overall personality. It's possible that this is why everyone left.
Der ist ja ganz schön pissed off.
But at last, he'd had enough of the amazing room and took the first open door on his left to get back to business.
Die Tür ist auch offen. Ich nehme die Tür.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't 5 years ago.
Hätte ich vielleicht noch in diesem anderen Raum noch bleiben können? Mal schauen. Mal schauen. Okay.
Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. Someone you've forgotten about. Please, stop trying to make every decision by yourself. Now, I'm not asking for me, I'm asking for her. This is it, Stanley. Your chance to redeem yourself. To put your work aside, to let her back into your life. She's been waiting.
Okay. Oh, dunkler Raum.
That's her, Stanley. You need to be the one to do this, to reach out to her. If you can truly place your faith in another, then pick up the... Oh, no, you can't... Did you just unplug the phone?
Yeah.
No, that wasn't supposed to be a choice. How did you do that? You actually chose incorrectly? I didn't even know that was possible. Let me double check.
Geil.
No, it's definitely here, clear as day. Stanley picks up the phone. He's taken to his apartment where he finds his wife, and the two pledge themselves to one another. Music comes in, fade to white, roll credits. Not picking up the phone is actually somehow an incorrect course of action. How is that even possible? None of these decisions were supposed to mean anything. I don't understand. How on earth are you making meaningful choices? What did you... Wait a second. Did I just see... No, that's not possible. I can't believe it. How had I not noticed it sooner? You're not Stanley. You're a real person. I can't believe I was so mistaken. This is why you've been able to make correct and incorrect choices. And to think I've been letting you run around in this game for so long. If you'd made any more wrong choices, you might have negated it entirely. It's as though you completely ignored even the most basic safety protocol for real-world decision-making. Or did you not grasp the severity of the situation? Well, I won't have that kind of risk on my watch. I'm going to stop the game for a moment so we can educate you properly on safe decision-making in the real world. Please observe this helpful instructional video.
Choice. It's the best part of being a real person. But if used incorrectly, can also be the most dangerous. For example, in this scenario, a hypothetical real person named Stephen has a choice. He could spend years helping improve the quality of life for citizens of impoverished third world nations. Or he could systematically set fire to every orphan living in a 30-kilometer radius of his house. Which choice would you make? Remember that unlike here, the real world makes sense, and at no time should you make a choice that does not conform to rational logic. If you find yourself speaking with a person who does not make sense, in all likelihood, that person is not real. Allow the person to finish their thought, then provide an excuse why you cannot continue talking. Turn to a partner and practice saying, "My goodness, is it 4:30? I'm supposed to be having a back, sack, and crack."
Practice?
Excellent. Making choices on a regular basis is the best part to a healthy decision-making process. Most medical professionals recommend making at least 8 choices per day. Do you make more than 8? Less? And finally, if you begin to wonder if your choices are actually meaningful and whether you'll ever make a significant contribution to the world, just remember that in the vast infiniteness of space, your thoughts and problems are materially insignificant, and the feeling should subside. At this time, your instructor will guide you in an exercise to test and reinforce the material covered in this video.
Ah, welcome back. You may have noticed that this room has begun to deteriorate as a result of narrative contradiction. But not to worry. Now that you're properly informed on good decision-making, we're going to revisit a choice you made just a few minutes ago and see what the correct thing to do would have been. This way, please.
Krass, wie der Raum sich verändert hat. Kann ich hier nichts machen? Scheinbar nicht. So, dann mal wieder hier lang. Also haben sie mich als reelle Person erkannt und dass ich nicht Stanley bin. Vorhin war hier noch kein Gitter.
Now that we know your choices are meaningful, we can't have you jumping off the platform and dying. Imagine the main character dying senselessly halfway through the story. That story would make no sense at all. We just need to get you home as soon as possible before the narrative contradiction gets any worse. Unfortunately, it seems this place is not well equipped to deal with reality.
Also hätte ich vorhin doch sterben können. Was ist da hinten? Okay. blah. If you are lying, right now, stop. Er wollte vorhin, dass ich den Raum hier betrete. Das ist ja dieser Raum, den er verabscheut.
Almost there. You'll take the door on the left, back to the correct ending, the story will have resolution once again, and you'll be home free in the real world.
Ah, okay. Er redet nicht mehr. Er gibt nur noch ganz kurze Anweisungen. Das ist ja krass. Vorhin hat er noch ausschweifend immer erklärt, was ich gemacht habe. Jetzt ist er irgendwie angepisst.
Now remember, all you need to do is behave exactly as Stanley would. That means choosing responsibly and always putting the story first. I'm quite sure you'll be up to the task. Just follow my lead and you'll be fine. All right. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Soll ich die linke Tür nehmen oder nochmal die rechte? Ich nehme die rechte.
No! Why did you do that? Quickly, hurry back in the other direction. Perhaps we're not too late.
Okay. Okay. Sieht ganz schön krank aus. Kann ich hier irgendwas noch machen? Nee. Da hoch geht's auch nicht. Wow. Auch cool. Soll ich jetzt hier warten oder nochmal zurück? Was passiert, wenn ich jetzt nochmal hier reingehe? Gar nichts. Schade. Dann nehmen wir doch die linke Tür mal. Okay, hier sieht alles normal aus. Ich muss jede Tür ausprobieren, dass ich vielleicht irgendwo lang kann.
Oh, it's ruined. I can't believe, after everything we talked about, that my story, you've destroyed my work. Why? For what? What did you get out of that? What did you think was so special about seeing the game undone, left here like so much garbage? It's worthless now. And what am I supposed to do? Even if there were a way to continue, would it be worth it? To know that my story is now incorrect? How can I go back to that? I can't erase that knowledge. I'll have to live with it forever. Reliving its impossibility forever. I couldn't live that way. Is it better to shut the game down entirely? To willingly destroy all of my work? I don't know. What's the answer? What do I do? What do I do? What do I... No, I have to. I have to shut the game down. I have to. I have to.
What the? Okay. Okay. Ich bin verwirrt.
Oh, I'm here. I'm still here. Here in this pile of rubbish. With you. You. Who thought you were so clever. Now look where we are. My entire game is destroyed. It was the only thing in the world that was mine, and you've run it into the ground. What, did you think that would be funny? You just had to see? Didn't I impress upon you how important it was to be like Stanley? He actually knows how to do what I tell him to. He understands that if I say to do something, there's a damn good reason for it. That thought hadn't even occurred to you, had it? That there's a world outside of you? You're a child. Oh, my story. If you'd just gone through the door on the left, you would have seen it. There was a whole underground facility. You would have destroyed it and been victorious. It would have been so perfect. I worked so hard on it. I tried so hard. Behave exactly as Stanley would. That means choosing responsibly and always putting the story first. I'm quite sure you'll be up to the task. Just follow my lead and you'll be fine. All right. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Ich nehme die rechte.
No! Why did you do that? Quickly, hurry.
Was geht?
Behave exactly.
Was geht hier ab? Ach du Scheiße. Okay.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Ich sehe nichts. Hallo? Okay. War das jetzt irgendwie ein Game Break? Okay. Hallo? So, ich sehe nur schwarz. Okay. Interessant. Also ich habe jetzt alles gedrückt und gemacht, aber es passiert nichts. Ich würde sagen, ich habe das Spiel gekillt. Oder der Redner hat sich erhängt. So. Toll. Die Frage ist, ob ich jetzt noch warte oder einfach neu starte. Naja, ich würde erstmal sagen, ich beende das mal hier. Ich hoffe, euch hat es auch gefallen, so wie mir. Also ich bin verwirrter denn je. Mal schauen. Ich warte noch. Falls sich etwas ergibt, schneide ich das mit rein. Aber sonst würde ich sagen, vielen Dank, dass ihr bis hier mit mir das hier erlebt habt. Und ja, freue mich auf das nächste Mal. Dankeschön. Tschüss.